Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, ma'am. What about you?
Yes, I'm doing well too. Thank you for asking. So, how's your day been so far?
Yeah, it's pretty much good, ma'am.
Okay.
For you, ma'am, for you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. It was a normal, pretty day. Normal, nothing new, nothing exciting. So, it was a normal day for me as well. So, please tell me more about yourself.
Sure, ma'am. First of all, I'll just thanking you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to introduce myself to you and to your viewers as well. I'm Padma. I just completed my schooling and I'm currently pursuing computer science engineering. I have a YouTube channel on the name Learn English with Padu. If I talk about my hobby, I like to shoot YouTube videos as well as I like to play badminton. In my meantime, I also like to teach the students who are really interested to learn English. That's all about me.
Oh, okay. You're still a student. Why do you have a YouTube
Yeah.
channel, if I may ask? What is the motive behind
Sorry,
starting?
ma'am. I can't get you.
Yeah, what is the motive behind starting your YouTube channel?
The thing is, like, I am very much fascinated about that, ma'am, to do that. And I want myself to see through the screen, mobile screen. That's why.
Okay. But your niche is English, right? So you were interested in
Of
starting a
course.
YouTube channel dealing with English?
Of course, ma'am. I'm just already posted nearly 80 videos on that particular topic, like learning English.
Mm-hmm. Right. So now you like what kind of videos do you post? Conversations?
Of course, ma'am. Right now, I'm doing some kind of conversation video. Previously, I like to post a lot of English related videos, like how to learn English, what are the techniques which I follow when I was a beginner, and other way like about self talk, mirror talk, what is the process and procedure of doing that. These kind of videos I used to post, ma'am.
Okay. So how did you learn English? Did you study in an English medium school?
Of course, ma'am. I just done my schooling in English medium school, but it's not a very big school. It's normal school. But my journey started when I was seventh standard or eighth. I don't remember that. In lockdown pandemic time, I used to learn this language as I get bored because online through my online classes only our school is going on. So that's why on that particular time, on pandemic time, lockdown time, I get a lot of mean time. So I utilize myself. My aunt suggests me to learn this language. That's how my journey started.
Okay. So is there anything else you think that you have to improve when it comes to your English language? Are you still working upon something?
Yes, ma'am. Of course. Still, now I'm not perfect in that language. Everyone in this language wants still every learner need to learn new things because in life we have to learn new things. No, ma'am. Upskill. We have to upskill ourselves in daily basis. We have to upskill. In that such way, I just challenge myself to connect with at least one people a day, as well as I read some articles related to like English and this kind of activity I daily do, ma'am, to improve my communication skills.
Okay. Do you teach online or offline?
Online classes, ma'am, for the person like who are in intermediate stage, who are less beginner, who are of course in beginner. I used to just teach them in a simple way through Tamil, as Tamil is my native language.
All right. Okay. Did you have any questions for me? Do you know about me? You want an
Great, ma'am. That sounds more good.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the next question is, what's your advice for the beginner, ma'am? Advice
Advice is start
for
learning.
the beginners.
If a beginner, start learning English. Be consistent because you're going to start and then you're going to give up thinking either grammar is coming in your way or you're just not able to be consistent and you lose that dedication towards it. So I would say do not give up because it is a long way ahead because you're still in your beginner stage. It will take a lot of practice. So at least for 6 months, be consistent and just start learning and start speaking with how much ever little English you know. just start speaking to yourself first. Later, you can start interacting with people as well, as in how you get the confidence. You can talk to people, but in order to get that initial confidence, you can start practicing either through mirror talk or by recording yourself. So you will get your confidence from there. Later, you can start approaching and talking to people. Surround yourself with English as much as possible. Consume content. If you are using your, yeah, of course, everybody uses their mobile these days. So just change the settings to English. So I've seen a lot of people still messaging in their native language. These are small steps, but they will help you great. In the long run, it's going to help you. Every small sentences that you type, every small things that you talk to people, it's going to help you. So take baby steps at a time, and it is a gradual process. Just keep your hope, keep your patience.
That's great, ma'am. And the next thing which I'm going to just ask you is, as you are an engineer as well, so for entering into IT, is really English is that much mandatory than technical skill?
I think both of them go hand in hand. If you for entering into IT, it is okay. You have to have strong technical skill as well as you need to have good communication skills as well, because you are going to have a technical round and then you're going to have an HR round as well, where people are going to assess your communication and skills and your English, and you will have to interact with clients as well. So your English has to be really good. If you are like perfect and very good at technical, still you can pull off, you can start working. But if you want, to progress in your career, you want leadership roles, you want to go ahead, because the environment is going to be such in the corporate world that your communication and your English skills have to be very good. So if you are good in both of them, you can have a bright future. That's what I feel.
That's great, man. Wow, great, ma'am. What you said is something like 50 percentage. Like we'll give more important to just for both technical as well as communication skill, right? That's great, man. Great, ma'am. Why do you just change your career into teaching English? Before you said that you are a software engineer.
Yes, I was a software
What is
engineer.
the necessity of changing?
I was a software engineer after my college, which was 15 years ago. I completed my engineering in 2008. After that, there was a campus interview, and I started working as a software engineer for, I think, 2 years. Later, I had to relocate because of marriage, and then I moved abroad. I couldn't give time to IT because I lived in Australia and we do not have much scope for IT there. If I was in a place like US, maybe I had more possibility of getting an IT job. But honestly speaking, I didn't try enough to get into IT. I just lived in Australia. I did some odd jobs. I didn't concentrate on my IT career back then. It was just family, kids, and normal household chores. So later, after having my kids, it's a 10-year gap for me since I lost touch with IT. Now, if you want to get back into IT, I will have to upskill. I'll have to relocate because I live in a tier 2 city. So I'll have to move to some metro to find work. So that will include disturbing the entire family. Third thing, I'm not in favor of doing a full-time job. I want to do something which I can easily manage the household things and my personal and professional life both. So that doesn't leave much opportunity for me to do something else. So I was looking for freelance positions, and that's how I started applying to different platforms. So English was one of the strong areas for me. So I thought, why not? I saw videos of clapping go and having conversations. So I thought even I can do that. So once I applied, I was into it. I started training. Later, I thought, let me do independently and let me be my own boss, where I'm not, in a stage that I have to owe somebody else an explanation for doing or not doing things. So I started my own YouTube channel. So yeah, that's the backstory of it.
That's great, man. That sounds more good as well. And the next question for you is something like, what are the skills required to enter into IT?
Enter into IT.
Required skills, according to you, as you worked as a software engineer before, what
Mhm.
are the skills are really mandatory to just carry on?
You have to have your basics strong because my technical round was quite challenging because they asked me everything from the first SEM, whatever I learned. What is a stack? What is an array? Starting from there, they asked me like coding as well, something into that. So you need to have your technical knowledge strong. But I think it was my bad luck that my technical round was quite difficult. For other friends of mine, it was not that difficult. It was like okay, okay questions. So it also depends on your luck. And it was also a campus interview. So if you go for a walk-in, it might be different. I had only one chance to appear for an interview, and that was my campus interview. So I can only talk on basis of that. So you just have to have your basics strong, right, from first sem to whatever you know. In sixth sem, I got selected. So up to sixth sem, whatever knowledge I had to give that. Then there will be an aptitude round where you will have your written tests. So all of these skills matter. And lastly, you will have your HR where they will check your soft skills as well. So it is important to learn how to be presentable, how to talk to people or face an interview. You need to have preparation for that one as well. Both, yeah. If I think at this stage, your technical has to be really strong immediately after your college if you're going. If that round is
That's
cleared,
great, ma'am.
somehow HR you can, like when it comes to you, your English is pretty good, right? So it will not be difficult for you. But for people who are not even able to put sentences out there, I would tell them to work. At least manageable English for the interview. You can do like major preparation of the questions that are asked usually in interviews. Like that, you can get into it.
Like people are still wondering, ma'am, but I gone through a lot of my seniors. They are just saying that English skill is really very mandatory, and they are just making them like a burden. It's like they are even able to convey their thought, but still they are in the way of just want to speak advanced English. It's really very mandatory, ma'am.
As
They
far
are
as
pushing themselves.
As far as your interview is concerned, you need not have an advanced English, just basic English knowledge with you should be able to put out your thoughts clearly in front of people. That is enough for you. Do not go beyond fancy English or advanced English at this stage. Maybe once you start working slowly because it is a continuous process. So learning is a continuous, it's going to be there forever. So once you get into the field, you can improve upon yourself. But now try to focus, have a solid foundation of technical skills and a little bit of English, which you are able to manage well. I do not mean broken English at all. Your English has to be good. But basic English, basic words, what you know, should work for you.
That's great, ma'am. That sounds more good. As you said that in conclusion, we have to have the basic English, which is something like we have to convey our thought. And other than that, technical skills really very matters here. That's it,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. According to my opinion,
Yes,
I
that's
don't know what is trending now, but what I feel, I just shared.
yeah, ma'am. But they are like when I just come to talk to my seniors, they are just saying that rather than technical skills, they've been using a lot of the stylish words. They are just struggling themselves to just use stylish and fancy words rather than they can improve their efficiency in coding, like learning other languages like Python, C++, JavaScript, other languages. They can become more proficient in that language rather
Yeah,
than always considering about this English particularly. That's
exactly.
why, as you
Exactly.
said, it's agree.
Hmm.
Super, ma'am. That's great. And any other question, ma'am, for us?
For you, I don't know, how is your engineering going? Like, was it a conscious decision to come into engineering?
Yes, ma'am. It was my conscious decision to come into engineering. Like probably, I'm into my college. It's been like I'm spending my days literally 40 days. It's been completed.
Oh,
As I'm new to, I'm a first year student. I'm a first year student.
okay. All right. So I think
So
like first year, it is all mix up of everything. You will learn a bit of electronics, electrical, mechanical. You're going to learn everything now. I think from your third sem, you will be segregated into categories.
yes, ma'am.
Do
Since
you
they have
like
been giving the outline of the lab, like, yeah, ma'am.
do you like
I
coding?
like engineering, doing. Yeah, of course, ma'am. I'm interested in coding. Still, I'm not proficient in that, but still, I like to do coding. I'll get a lot of errors, but still, I am just looking forward to learn that language.
Hmm. So what about
Ma'am,
practical? Are you like
no,
getting
ma'am. Still,
code? pause clearly? Or is it too early for me to ask this
Sorry,
question?
ma'am. Can you come?
Yeah, I was asking you, what about your
Can you
practicals?
come?
Yeah, when you're doing your coding, does your code run without errors, or is it too early for me to ask this question? Have they taught you things in practicals?
Oh, ma'am. Still, it's like after like orientation, they are into the class right now. The thing is something like uh though in school days itself I get some errors often, but still right now I'm getting error, ma'am. But I'm learning to become proficient in that language.
Yeah, yeah.
Ma'am, what are the languages do you know when you are a software engineer? Specialized language, programming language.
Whatever they taught us in our college, C, C++, Java, SQL, PLSQL, DBMS. But when I started working, I also learned Unix. Then, what did I learn? Yeah, a couple of more things also they taught us. I don't remember right now. But once I completed engineering and went into started working, even there they had our induction program where they taught us more of it. I don't exactly remember now, but we learned a lot of stuff even while our training was going on. So basically, I can tell you this: C, C++, Java, DBMS. Yeah.
Among that, among that, which is your favorite language, which is gonna be easy for you
I think I
when
like,
you was a software engineer?
yeah, I like Java and I like DBMS actually. It is more understandable because you write things in that, right? It is not like if an outsider also sees that. And I also like to developing website, which they taught us in our training in my company. So it is really interesting. Little changes you make, then you run it, then you see the changes in the website. It is like very encouraging for you to try and error, to experiment in it. So I like that one, web designing as well. Yeah.
Great, man. And like as a software engineer, after running a code, is there is no error, feel like over the moon at that particular time, is it, ma'am?
It does, but
I
it
feel even I'm just running for the fun.
yeah, exactly. It used to feel like, just writing a simple code like hello world. You run it and the code, I mean, the output is there. It feels so relaxing for you. But it is so depressing when you don't know what is wrong in the code and you're not getting your output. Because I would not be very good in my practicals. A single column, semicolon, some things. There used to be very minute error and I would not get my output. I used to keep looking what is wrong in the code. I just hated coding for some reason. I didn't like it.
Yeah, still for first time we have a C programming language. For that, like I have error. I myself were gonna just work on this, or rather than the college start our lessons. Before itself, I'm learning C programming language through YouTube videos. After
Okay.
I find I need to do some worksheet like leap year program terminal. I need to just add that semicolon, but still, I didn't even add that. So it is an error. I spent literally 1 hour on particular program, ma'am. Where is an error? I'm finding myself. So it's the very hardest part when it comes to programming.
Yeah, and I would
That's the
advise
very
that
hardest part.
you have your software at home as well and keep practicing. Try making changes to it and keep practicing because in my stage, I didn't have a laptop with me where I used to stay. I used to live in a hostel. So I didn't have a computer or laptop to practice at home. So I would advise you, please have that system at your home and download whatever software you need and keep running codes. Start making changes and try to learn at home as well because in college you don't get sufficient time and sufficient guidance to tell you every single detail. So it is very important to put effort from your end and learn from your end as well.
Of course, ma'am. Because now lot of online resources are available. We can learn easily, but still we have to spend the time. We have
Yes.
to spend our effort and time. Easily we can learn another programming language.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ma'am. And share your like how could you feel, ma'am, when you crack your first job, or did you crack your first interview, or else you just gave lot of interviews?
This was the second thing that I cracked. The first one was Siemens. That company was there first. But I could not clear the aptitude round itself, the first round. I could not clear that. And it was very difficult from the entire college, maybe like 4 5 people cleared that aptitude round. So I couldn't clear that. And Tech Mahindra was the second company for which I cleared all the rounds. And I got selected in sixth sem itself. So it seemed like an achievement. And it was very
Great.
over the moon feeling for my family as well, for me as well. An engineer. Finally, I'm an engineer. And from seventh and eighth sem, we had to be more careful because we were not allowed to have backlogs. So that thing also was there. But the feeling was very good. I finally have a job in my hand. I need not worry about going out of college and then going to walk in interviews and keep roaming and searching for work. So work came to me. It was a different feeling altogether.
That's great. Probably you just cleared your interview in third round, in third year of engineering. Am I correct, ma'am? Sixth
Yeah,
sem,
yeah.
right?
Third year. Yeah, yeah.
Be happy and over the moon and
Yeah.
roaming here and there that I've got a job. That's a great feeling, and every engineer are still searching for the job, but you got it. Great.
Yeah, exactly. And the
As you
college
said, you
also looks
were
forward
not.
to you. When you're walking around, they will tell, oh, she's selected for Tech Mahindra. They will pass those comments. So even to hear that, it is nice.
At that time, you feel literally over the moon. Will be very happy and delighted. And the
Yeah.
next thing is, yeah. Any other question for me? For us?
No questions. If there is anything else you want to tell before we wrap up, go ahead.
I didn't find I didn't find any other questions.
Okay, then. It was really nice talking to you. Good luck and prepare well because you're quite young. You have your everything ahead of you. So just put in maximum effort at this stage itself. So the 4 years is not going to be like a piece of cake for you. It's going to be really difficult to not have any backlogs throughout your semesters because it's quite common for engineering students to have backlogs. But you try not to have one because when you take it to the next sem, it is so difficult for you to study this one along with the next sem subjects. So put a lot of effort into your studies, into your preparation, and good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for giving this wonderful opportunity. And I'll follow your guidance as well and move further to become a good software engineer.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Have a good
I'm
day.
literally